Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So I've been wanting to do readings on other issues, but every time that I want to do something else, new things pop up. So now the new thing is that Spotify eventually realized that archetype is not doing anything good to their platform, and it is better for them to cut their losses and to just say goodbye to the sussexes. So now we won't have a second season of archetypes, and many people are sighing a sigh of relief. So this is a good news, but come to think of it, what is WME doing? What are they doing? I mean, are they doing anything to promote Meghan? I mean, they are supposed to do something to promote Meghan. And then we hear that this year they are not even invited to the Trooping of the Color. So this year, as every year, there is a Trooping of the Colors, and Harry and Meghan are not even invited, so they don't even get to say that they're not coming because King Charles decided not to invite them. So this is accumulating to this long list of what looks like losses by Harry and Meghan. So how do they feel about it? So I've decided to use this deck. It's called the Stray Cat Tarot. That this cat looks very happy here, but as a stray cat, I suppose that he's not so happy. And to use a spread that is called What is Happening. And this spread is analyzing crappy situations. So this is what we are going to try and analyze. The crappy situation that Harry and Meghan are in right now. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so let's start by clearing the deck. I don't know what happened in my last reading, that part of it wasn't filmed. Sometimes I put it on pause when people come in to the house, so that there won't be interference. So maybe it just didn't start filming when I started the camera again. I don't know. Okay, so let's start asking. So what is the situation right now with Harry and Meghan? What is it that they can do about this situation? And what is it that they can do? Are they learning the lesson from this situation? And how is it going to turn out? So this situation that Harry and Meghan are in right now, what has led to this situation? What can they do about it, and what can't they do about it? Are they learning the lesson from this situation, and what are we going to see for the future? How is it going to pan out? This situation that Harry and Meghan are in right now, the fact that Spotify decided to fire Meghan in archetype, the fact that King Charles decided not to invite them to the Trooping of the Colors, the situation in which it looks like Harry and Meghan are not succeeding in anything that they do. So what led to this? What can they do in order to fix this? And can they learn the lesson behind this? Okay, so let's cut the deck. So the first card is a card that shows us the situation as it is. And the card that I'm getting is 5 of Swords. Interesting. So this is the crappy situation in which they are right now. And we can look at this card from different sides. And so I'm going to start with the psychological interpretation. And the psychological interpretation is a card that tells them that they need to start doing something. They cannot expect for things to happen by themselves. This is a card that is telling them you need to get off the fence and start doing something, because none of your options is good. No matter what you do, none of your options is good. But doing nothing is the worst option there is. So this is a card that is not a very good card. It's a card that is telling them that they need to start doing something. It's a card that comes right after the 4 of Swords. And a 4 of Swords, if you remember, this is a card of someone who is lying in a church with the swords on top of him, and then one sword underneath. And it's a card of someone who decides not to do anything. It's a card of someone who's taking time out. But then comes the card of the need to take action. So the 5 of Swords is the card of action. And if you want to deserve the 6 of Swords, which is the vacation, you need to be active. You need to take action. But the crappy situation is that they are incapable of doing so. They are incapable of taking action. They are waiting for others to do the work for them. They are incapable of getting off the fence. They are waiting for others to do the things for them. And this is part of the reasons why this cat is here all alone, and his friends are leaving him. As you can see here, he is here all alone, as it is in the 5 of Swords, and everyone is leaving, as everyone is going away. He's left with the swords. So this is exactly what is happening in the 5 of Swords. If you're not doing anything, if you're not taking action, then you are left alone. And this is what the crappy situation in which they are right now. So the next card is, what is it that they can do about it? And what we're getting here is the 7 of Swords. So it's another swords card. And it's interesting because we just jumped over the 6 of Swords and we into the 7 of Swords, which is another action card. And the 7 of Swords is a card that speaks about strategy and planning. So they cannot afford the vacation. They cannot afford the 6 of Swords. They need to jump over to the strategy and planning and start planning how they are getting out of this. This is the only way. So if they want to do something about it, they need to start thinking clearly. This is what the 7 of Swords is telling them, to start making a list of all of the things that they can do. This is about thinking clearly, because Swords is air energy. Thinking clearly, what can they do in order to fix this? So they need a strategy, they need a plan, and this is what this 7 of Swords is telling them. Next card is, what are the things that they can't do? And the things that they can't do is the Page of Pentacles. Interesting, because the Page of Pentacles is the card of someone who is very good in work and very good with inheritance and money. And because it is a card that they can't do that, that means that they can't rely, first of all, on money and inheritance. They can't rely on money to solve their problems. And because it is the Page of Pentacles, and it is badly aspected because it's something that they can't do, it is telling us that this is about them being cowardly, being cowards, and being unable to work, and being unable to be studious and to work in the right way. The Page of Pentacles, when it is not badly aspected, is a very good worker, someone who is very diligent, someone that you can trust, someone that you can rely on. When it is negatively aspected, and here it's negatively aspected because it is about what the things that they can't do, it tells us that they can't work diligently, that nobody can trust them, that they are cowards. So this is what this card means, and it's interesting because they want to succeed, but they can't do the work. Okay, next card is, what is the lesson behind this, and do they learn the lesson behind this? So first of all, what is the lesson? And the lesson is the Star card. So because we're talking about the lesson, the Star card is about naivety, and it is about loving feelings. And this card is telling them that they need to exercise that. They need to learn how to be more, let's say that way, to stop being malicious, to stop being, wait a minute, full of intrigues. The opposite of naivety, which in the positive meaning of the word, but it is all of the bad aspects of the Star. So these are the things that they need to stop doing. So it's about self-illusion, it's about arrogance, all of these things that they need to stop doing. And what they need to start doing is all of the positive things about the Star, which means to be more loving, which is about their families maybe, to be more open, to be more true. It is about naive feelings, but it is about true feelings. It's about honest feelings. So this is what they need to do, to be more honest. So this is why the Star card is about a Pandora box. When you have a Pandora box behind you, it's almost impossible for you to be honest. So can they learn this lesson? Can they start being honest and stop being malicious? I don't know. This is a very good question, but when the Star card comes in a place of the lesson of something that you need to learn, it's very, very difficult, because when you have this Pandora box that you are carrying and so many secrets that you are trying to hold, it's almost impossible for you to start being more honest and to start being more, to connect with the people in an honest way. Okay, so how is it going to end? How is it going to turn out? And what I'm getting here is the Death card. So, well, they will have to change. Death card is about a change, and this is a change, a radical change, an imminent change that they cannot stop. This is a major change. They will have to change everything about themselves. So this is not the first time that I got this card with them. This is about killing everything that they used to be and starting over. So if they want to succeed, if they want something to start over, they will have to change everything that they have been doing and start over. That means starting to ask forgiveness from their families. That means starting to ask forgiveness from the people that they hurt. They will have to change, radically change, if they want people to start believing them. So it's not enough to come out and say, yes, we are, now we are going to be trustworthy. Yes, now you can trust us. Now we are going to work very well. We are going to be very diligent. It's not enough. you need to show that you have changed. And it's not a coincidence that the two most important cards here are major arcanas, because these are spiritual cards. It just comes to show that they are how far away they are from this. Because when these cards are spiritual, it shows us that they are not close to this. A person can be close to something when it is a minor, because then it is more grounded. Spiritual cards are up in the spiritual realm. They are not grounded, and because they are not grounded, it's much more difficult to exercise them. So this is in the spiritual realm. They are not even close to getting them done. So this is a process that they are very much it's far away from them, and I'm not sure that they will even be able to do that. So that is the tarot. The oracle is the Fantasy Cats Oracle. That is the first oracle, and because they are in a fantasy, where they live in a fantasy world in their mind, they are so successful. So let's see what the oracle has to say about them. Okay, so let's clear the deck. Harry and Meghan, Spotify, killing archetype. Spotify firing Meghan's archetype podcast, and King Charles not inviting Harry and Meghan to Trooping of the Colors. Okay, so this is the card, and it is grooming. Wow, this is a cute cat. We are looking at cats, and we really want to get a new one. My daughter is still not ready. Okay, so what is grooming? What does grooming mean? Let me check. Okay, so the oracle is telling them that right now they need to pamper themselves, to treat themselves as children, and to put their desires aside, to forget their future, and to focus on themselves, which means to focus on nurturing themselves. And it is about nurturing their minds, nurturing their bodies. Well, there is some wisdom into this when you are putting aside all of the earthly things, all of the things that are the things that distract you from your body, from your mind, and you are driven into the things that you want to achieve, into achievement all the time. You neglect your body, you neglect your mind, and then you sometimes get to places that you don't want to. So right now they are in a place where they don't want to be, so maybe they need to stop being achievers and start grooming themselves, and maybe then they can start focusing on change, and maybe change things so they can become better, get what they really want. I don't know. Okay, so the second oracle is the gentle wisdom of the fairy realm. I think that I showed you this oracle in the past. It's quite rare. I did get it. It's out of print. I got it on eBay. In a very good price, but I saw it since it was quite expensive. I don't know if it is worth the money. It's nice and it's very easy to interpret. And the message here is for King Charles on deciding not to invite Harry to Trooping of the Color. I don't think that he feels anything about not inviting Meghan, but I'm sure that he does feel something about not inviting Harry. So let's start by clearing the deck. There is an extra card here. Okay, so King Charles did not invite Harry to Trooping of the Colors. King Charles did not invite Harry to Trooping of the Colors. A message to King Charles on not inviting Harry to Trooping of the Colors. Okay, the card that I'm getting here is self-love. Okay, so that is these two cards are very similar. So it's kind of interesting that King Charles also gets the same message of self-grooming, self-love, but it is an important message for him because when you are constantly thinking about others and the fact that you need to satisfy others' wishes, others' whims, you forget yourself. So self-love is not narcissism. Self-love is appreciating and honoring the gift of who you are, who you uniquely are. It is respecting and loving your uniqueness and what it brings to this planet. Self-love opens you to truly loving others. So it's a beautiful message. And I do believe that King Charles needs to remember that not inviting Harry is not a symbol that he doesn't love him, but he does need to protect himself as well. Okay, so this is it. I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.